think most people would agree that things are generally better when they're bigger. Welcome back to the Scale Builders Guild. Thanks again for watching. Today we're taking a quick look at the FMS Land Cruiser 80 series, and this is a gorgeous, tiny little RC truck. This is from FMS, and FMS, you may never have heard of them, but they are a large OEM supplier, and this truck came to me through Horizon Hobby. They are offering these Land Cruisers. They also have a couple other models that are available. This one definitely appeals to me. One, because it's a Toyota, and it's a licensed Toyota, which is excellent. It is a Land Cruiser, which makes it even better. And it's a nice full-function miniature RC. There are a lot of great things about this model. I'm going to go through them with you now. First things first, this is a hard body. A beautiful hard body at that. Nice molded details, great paint. Lots of really nice exterior features. There's a snorkel, rear view mirrors with a mirror on the back there, which looks pretty good. Wipers, roof rack with some additional fog lights on top there. Not functional, but still there. Really cool bull bar bumper on the front. Full light kit, and I'll get into that in a little more detail here in a minute. Running boards, spare tire, ladder, really nice rear bumper as well. It's really a full package and a full, really scale-accurate Land Cruiser 80 series. This is one of my more favorite trucks. I'm sure you know that I've built a lot of Land Cruisers in my day. The 80 series Jelly Bean was based off an 80 series. Not much of that left. Actually, you know what? This might be a great opportunity to make a miniature Jelly Bean. A mini Jelly Bean. What would the odds be of that happening? Anyway, beadlock wheels on a model this size, pretty impressive. There is a full detailed interior in this truck. There is not a piece of electronics to be seen anywhere. Pretty impressive on the body details. Full spare that is functional as well. As you'll notice, those are not your typical blue light LEDs. These are a much more warm light, which would be period correct to this 80 series Land Cruiser. They were made in the 90s, so that's about as white a light that you would get. Running boards on the side, both of those, both sides really nicely detailed as well. All kinds of really great things to look at. There's a full dash, lots of little decals on there. It's a really impressive looking model. The hood opens and there is magnets holding that in place. And that's where all the electronics are hidden, right under there. As you can see, inner fenders as well. Let's do a little bit of a rundown on the chassis here. It's an aluminum ladder frame, plastic inserts to keep everything in place. There is a brushed, tiny little motor in there that powers everything, and a small servo as well. That is mounted on the chassis, not on the axle. Nice little touch there. There are friction shocks. There's no oil in these shocks, and it is quite bouncy because of that. But at this scale, and when you film it properly, that could work to your advantage. I'd like to see how easy it is to get the body on and off. It does look like it's sort of intended to be on there all the time, but there's got to be an easy way to remove it in case you wanted to get in there and check stuff out. So we're going to investigate how all of that comes together, or comes apart, if you will. Okay, a little word about the electronics. Like I said, they're all located under the hood, which is a good place for them. You get an all-in-one receiver and ESC combo, a full light kit, 2S LiPo battery, and a miniature servo and brushed motor to power the truck. The whole thing is water resistant, so you can go in inclement conditions. I probably wouldn't say waterproof, so don't submerge the vehicle, obviously, but getting it wet is acceptable. There is a USB charger included. Let me just pull that out here. They do give you a USB charger and a T-wrench, because you all know we need more of those in our lives. And let's talk a little bit about that light kit. Right now I've got it in the sort of the hazard mode, and you can see that it's got rear and front hazards as well. You can just turn that off by flipping a switch. Channel 4, I think, is the one that turns them on and off. Yeah, there we go, off. But the daytime running lights remain on, so you still get headlights and everything as well. Now, there is turn signals. And I know turn signals are probably not something that you would need on the trail. and I am hopeful that there is a way to turn that off. Fortunately, I don't think there is. Now we're in flashing mode, of all things. Didn't know that was a mode either. Seems like there may not be a way to turn those blinkers off, which is unfortunate. But there is one other nice feature to this light kit. There is an actual brake light. So acceleration and brake. You can see that the lights go on. They do go on in reverse as well, but that's fine. Pretty cool to see that. There is also a bunch of different modes for this ESC, and they're all programmable via the radio. There is also a drag brake adjustment on the radio as well. So lots of options there, full featured, and a really nice looking model to boot. It is small, but it's not as small as some of the other models on the market. For example, there's an SCX24 next to it, 24 scale, 18th scale. What else have I got here? I'd say that in terms of the detail, it really compares nicely to the Kyosho Mini Z line, but as you can see, the Mini Zs are quite mini. So if you're looking for something that might be a little bit larger and not break the bank, but also stay in that sort of mini micro realm, the FMS LC80 might be a good choice for you. I'd like to say that this is sort of like a Mini Z on steroids. A little more capability and a little more size to go with it. Great looking windows, great interior, full, like you could really detail this out. Take the body off, add a bunch of interior accessories, add some stuff to the top here. In fact, I might even reconfigure some of the Night Customs pieces and scale them down to fit on that roof rack. That might be a really cool thing to do. One other thing to mention, these are not a licensed tire, but it is a pretty good MTR example, as you can see, and mounted correctly, I might add. Nice looking axles. Pumpkins are a little bit large, but you can see that there's full bearings throughout. Plastic links as well, plastic drive shafts, so there's definitely room for some upgrades later on down the line, but for an out-of-the-box package, I think that looks pretty great. It's a great garden-sized truck, I'd say, and I'm sure that capability is going to suffer because of its size and its, top-heavy hard body, but I'm not one to really worry so much about weight when I can get it to look good. I'll always take looks over performance any day of the week. My thanks to Horizon Hobby for sending this Land Cruiser to me. I'm pretty chuffed, and more chuffed about the possibility that this model offers. I think there's a little bit more we can do detail-wise to really get it to look pretty great, and I'm kind of curious to see what other tires might fit on this model. What do you think you would do to make this truck your own? I'm curious to know what you think, and of course, put some comments down below. You know I love reading through your feedback, and I'd try to answer as many of them as I can. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and ring that notification bell so you get updates anytime there's a new video from the Scale Builders Guild. I think that's going to do it. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you again soon.